You can't help, Ashlyn said to Hayden, but you can hurt by being in the way. Go! Hayden's body tensed with uncertainty, but widows were nothing if not pragmatic, and Ashlyn had spoken the truth. Hayden gave a curt nod, then followed the sailors below, taking her sisters with her. Felgor shrugged. Well, fuck me if I'm going to stick around trying to look brave when even the widows have run for shelter. He scrambled over to the hatch. Try not to die. Bershad scanned the sky. The red skulls were increasing speed and drawing closer with each rotation around the ship. It was a hunting pattern unique to their breed, and it always preceded the same behavior. Two of them are going to break off and attack together from opposite sides, Bershad said. I know, Ashlyn responded. Which side do you want? Whichever comes with the smaller dragon, Witch Queen, Bershad said. Don't call me that, Ashlyn said, then ripped a hand down the length of the thread, sparking a crackle of lightning that she cupped in her hand as if it was a perfectly sized river stone she was preparing to throw at an easy target. Bershad took the final scrapings of God's moss that remained from Floodhaven and ate them. His stomach turned hot, and a familiar, unnatural strength coursed through his muscles. Two of the dragons careened from the gyre, both females, both enormous. Perfect, Bershad muttered, moving starboard. Ashlyn went in the opposite direction, raising her lightning-wreathed fist. Bershad lined up with his red skull. She was twice the size of the one he'd killed outside of Argel. Massive wingspan heaving, tail lashing through the air, eyes burning down and focused on him. He focused right back, gripped the harpoon tight, waited until she was about 100 strides away. Now! He yelled. Bershad threw the harpoon. Ashlyn threw her lightning. His spear connected, but he couldn't tell exactly where. The dragon whooshed over his head in a blur of scales and a rush of wind. He heard a high screech and a thundering snap, then something hard bashed him in the back of the head, knocking him face first into the deck and turning his vision white. The fall broke his jaw and nose. His skull was cracked, too, judging from the searing pain. But there was enough God's moss in his system to repair the injuries. He popped his jaw back into position with a hard jerk before the bone healed crooked. His vision began to return, so he struggled to his feet. Ashlyn was standing, unharmed, looking around. The mast of the ship was sheared off at the middle, and both dragons were in the water. The one that Bershad harpooned had a blooming cloud of red water around her head. Ashlyn's was belly up, floating like a dead fish. Huh. Bershad dabbed at his skull wound, which was almost gone. That went well. Sure, if you subtract the broken mast and the fact that those three are still circling. Ashlyn pointed to the dragons with a smoking finger. They all lilted to the left in unison, their crimson skulls flashing in the bright afternoon sun. They're about to attack, Ashlyn said. Yeah. Bershad grabbed another harpoon from the wreckage of the deck. There wasn't anything to do but hope they got lucky a second time. The problem with Red Skulls was that they were just as smart as they were vicious. They saw what happened to their fellow huntresses and switched up the pattern, breaking in 3 different directions, each one approaching with as much distance between themselves as possible. This isn't good, Bershad said, trying to decide when and where to throw his spear. Just try to get one of them, Ashlyn said, ripping her hand down the thread to create another crackling charge. I can bifurcate the lightning and get the other 2. Maybe. Maybe. It's theoretically possible. I just need to manipulate the balance and... Wait. Fuck! The hiss and snap went quiet. Ashlyn? Bershad turned around. There was smoke around her arm, but nothing else. Ashlyn ripped her hand down the cord again, sparks spitting and flying, but she couldn't seem to summon more lightning. Bershad looked back at the closest dragon, cutting through the sky toward them. After all the intentional dragon encounters he'd survived, getting killed in a random lizard attack at sea seemed about right. Bershad just wished Ashlyn wasn't coming.